Hi everyone, welcome to the Newborn Care Specialist class webinar. Today we're joined by our trainer Leanne Keaty of the Newborn Training Certification Association, and this is hosted by SitterCycle.com, and I'm the founder and CEO of SitterCycle, Helen Adiosin. We're so glad that you could join us, and tonight we'll be walking through the details of the Newborn Care Specialist class, as well as answering some recent questions that folks have had. We'll take a short quiz on our webinar, and we'll talk about the application. So what is SitterCycle.com? We are an online platform connecting nannies to a community of nannies and the best experts in childcare. So we offer classes and certification, podcasts, as well as videos. Leanne Keaty, our trainer for the class, is a certified newborn care specialist. She is a community counselor with Au Pair in America, a lactation consultant, a postpartum doula, a mother of 3, and owner of the Newborn Training and Certification Association. And she's the author also of the Multiple Baby Solutions NCS Manual. Leanne comes to us with a range of skills, and is very talented. Say hi, Leanne.
Hi, Helen. How are you?
I'm very good. How are you? We're so glad to have you. And so she's going to talk to us tonight about some of the requirements for the class, as well as why this class is going to get you prepared to become a newborn care specialist and a certified newborn care specialist at that. So our philosophy of the class is very special to me. I come from a teaching background, and so for our class we have a wrap around teaching and certification, meaning that you get self-paced learning at the same time as getting practice and coaching. That's in-person practice and coaching. So we serve diverse learners as well. We know everyone prefers to learn differently, and so we make sure that you get the best by seeing the same ideas taught in different ways. We also follow up with students. For me, it's very important to make sure that all of our learners are getting their needs met. We want to make sure that you feel confident and prepared in all the knowledge that you're gaining from the class to go out and to be ready to work with parents. And so we follow up with our students. We'll call and make sure that you're on target. And we also ensure that you'll have tech support to our online classes and modules. So, Leanne, can you answer for us, what is a newborn care specialist?
Sure. It is a highly skilled, short-term care provider for parents with newborns. Whether it's their first or their third, a new baby presents so many new challenges to families. They need help. They need guidance and support, and after this class, you'll be able to provide this. You'll also be an invaluable asset to them in this time of their lives. So a newborn care specialist is an individual trained and skilled in newborn care. She'll have experience in all aspects of care while providing support and guidance to the parents.
That's great. And so what are parents expecting from a newborn care specialist? Is what a newborn care specialist is, but how are we going to prepare people for what parents are expecting?
Well, a newborn care specialist is a nanny who has cared for many, many more infants than most parents have even ever seen. I mean, let's face it, most parents have 0 hours of practical experience with newborns. The first 12 weeks of a baby's life have a huge impact on the entire family. Parents tend to be nervous, siblings tend to be needy, and constant attention. And this course will teach you how to teach parents how to get their newborn off to the best start possible in a calm and loving way. When the baby is calm and relaxed, the parents are calm and relaxed and able to understand their baby's cries and cues in a more confident and positive light.
Oh, that is fantastic. And I think if anything, we know that so many people are coming to the class with some experience with newborns, but now is the opportunity and the time to make sure that you're getting all of the skills necessary to be able to help parents understand and become a master teacher in your own practice. So as a newborn care specialist, what can nannies coming to this profession expect?
Well, typically we work for 1 to 3 months. However, there are clients that require support for even up to a year. Typically we work 8 hours a night. Also, clients may require more hours. In Boston specifically, we can earn from $25 to $45 an hour based on the number of babies, but there's a high demand in the Boston area as well as most other major cities like New York, D.C., and Chicago. You know, being a new mom is both exciting and scary, and there's so much baby information from books, from the internet, and for people giving you advice. It's almost information overload, and parents are just not sure what to do. We give you the knowledge that will clear up any of the noise that they will hear.
That is excellent. And how do we prepare you? So let's go ahead and talk about that. We prepare you by providing a wraparound service again. We have the online modules, so we have 10 module lessons that talk about all of the skills that are needed to become a newborn care specialist. Let's face it, you also have very limited time, so we want to make sure that in the comfort of your own home, at your own pace as a learner, you're going through the module. But then it's not enough to just experience that by yourself. We want you to be a part of a community. And so we provide in-person classes, 2 in-person classes, where you get to ask questions about the things that you faced the most difficulty on. And then, of course, we have the exit interview and the coaching session, which Leanne will talk about more. But the exit interview allows for you to have one-on-one time with Leanne, the expert in this, so that you feel confident and you can ask any follow-up questions as well as get the professional support that you need. So let's go ahead and talk about the online class modules. So with the online class modules, you are going to get the complete newborn care. You're going to get the newborn care specialist manual. You're going to get the video quizzes. So it's not just enough to read text. We know that if you've gone through any sort of online learning before, it can be pretty bland. So we want you to actually see and experience some of the questions and some of the learning that you're going to be getting and test your reaction to that. You're going to also see slides and articles about providing newborn care. What does that look like? What does that feel like? And get real life scenarios. It's not enough when you're talking about something that is specialized and you're talking about a level of professionalism to just present true or false questions. We want you to see real life scenarios from parents, and Leanne has so much of that experience. And so we ask you questions about what real parents would ask you. We also provide online forums so you can engage with other newborn care specialists in the class, and we provide you one-on-one feedback on assignments. So the in-person classes, Leanne, do you want to talk about that?
Well, in the in-person classes, we are going to have a lot of demonstrations. There's a lot of ways to do, for instance, to swaddle a baby. And so I'll help you with that type of thing. There's a lot of ways to pick up a baby, to put them down. I know what families are looking for and that gentle touch that's really important that parents see. So I can demonstrate a lot of that. And there's also going to be a lot of questions because you are all coming to this with experience having been a nanny. I'm just going to help you maybe hone that skill so it's specific to the age group of the child that you're going to be caring for. So any questions that you might have, and we can all practice. We can practice all of the different skills and all of the different things that we've learned, and we can really get into good conversations about the professional development that you will learn and how you're going to be most successful in this environment.
And so this is what I'm really excited about too. Can you talk to us about the exit interview?
It's really important to me that we provide the type of person that the parents are going to be looking for. So not only are you going to learn all of this information that we have put together, and it's all in the Newborn Care Specialist Manual, but we're also going to be sure that you have the right temperament and you're the right person for this job. It's not the same as being a nanny. You're going to be coming to a home where parents are sleep deprived, healing from having had a baby, and very concerned about the care. And so we're just going to sort of help you understand those kinds of questions and understand the family's temperament and behavior to best solve and soothe their questions and their concerns. I mean, we want them to be able to sleep. We'll talk about, in the exit interview, we'll talk about how to get a position. We can talk about what opportunities are available, where you find these opportunities. You'll again have some more questions about this process. And, it's important to us because we're building a brand, and we want to be sure that everyone has met the highest level of standard for this industry. And I'm going to help you with the interview process once you do get a family to talk to. And hopefully you'll be able to you know, I'll be able to tell you what they're going to be looking for, since this is not typically what you've done in the past.
Great. So there are lots of topics that you will learn in the class. If you don't already have some of these skills already, this is going to be a great way to get back to the foundation. So what are some of the skills that they're going to be learning, Leanne?
Well, proper diapering skills, which is really important to families now, are developing a baby schedule. We will prepare a baby checklist for the families before the babies are born. All the different methods and philosophies that have been, you know, written about for years will kind of help parents, again, just whittle down all of those lists to just few that are important to them. We'll give you special needs infant care, baby communication, what all of these little noises that they make mean. We'll help you look for signs of possible illness, and we'll help you again with the professionalism that you'll need to be able to land that great job.
That's great. So what are the requirements to be in the class?
The requirements to be in the class are, well, we would like for you to have a couple of books that you've read prior to this. A couple of them are The Happiest Baby on the Block, Heading Home with Your Newborn, Empowering Preemie Moms, and Save Our Sleep. And a lot of that information is on the frequently asked questions section of the website. We would like for you to be a professional nanny for the past 3 years, 1 year experience having cared for babies under 3 months. We'd like you to be infant CPR certified with first aid. It's important for families that their care providers have background checks, and we can help you get that. We can help you attain that certification. We need you to have a high school diploma and be at least 21 years old. Families need for their care providers to have more than just baby experience. We also need them to have life experience, and that's why we really cap that age number of 21 years old.
Excellent. That's absolutely so important. We also highly encourage the immunization and flu shot. Could you talk more about this? Because we know that we've had folks who have questions around the immunizations and flu shot.
Well, a lot of moms are very specific to, or people in the world are very specific to what immunizations that they will have or that they will give their children, is also as far as the flu shot is concerned. There's a lot of different groups of green moms and moms that feel that, you know, perhaps some immunizations might be harmful and not helpful. The American Academy of Pediatrics do require certain immunizations that if you don't have, you can't go to preschool. So, you know, a lot of this being said, parents aren't ready for preschool. They're just looking at what they know now, which is perhaps some controversy. And so it will help you get a job for the most part, because most parents do require these two things, but not all. And we'll just sort of talk you through maybe some of the downside of not getting those things.
Yeah. Exactly. And we know that, you know, there's been questions around the immunizations and flu shots. Those are, you know, respective and on a case-by-case basis, which is why, you know, with this class, we have it, you know, limited to a small group of nannies, and we can work with you one-on-one depending on what your situation is, because we know no nanny is similar in their experiences and background. So if you have questions regarding this, please feel free to reach out to me, and I'll give you my contact information at the end. This is Helen. So what books should you read to prepare for the class? We know there are lots of books out there, but what are the books that people that Leanne?
Well, as I just mentioned, there are just a couple of books that happen to be the most popular among moms today, and that being The Happy Baby on the Block by Harvey Karp, The Empowered Preemie Moms with NICU to Newborn and Beyond. It's important because many parents with babies that are premature will hire a newborn care specialist. Many parents with twins and multiples will hire newborn care specialists, and many of those twins might have spent some time in the NICU. So it's just important that you read those books. Heading Home with Your Newborn, From Birth to Reality, is a wonderful book that families really like to read because of the way that it's presented by Laura A. Jana and Jennifer Shue. And Save Our Sleep, the series by Tizzy Hall, is an invaluable series of books. And Absolutely. She also has a wonderful website to help families be able to help their babies with, you know, getting the right sleep. But mostly it's important for you guys to read these books, not just for the information in the books, but to let the parents know that you are keeping up with the trade and that you are looking for your professional development, and they're then comfortable that you're like really, truly involved in this whole area of your life, not just to make some money.
Mm-hmm. So the assignments that are going to be completed, so the assignments definitely include quizzes, of course, to check for your understanding, and then video uploads. This is it's something that like really excited about. The video uploads are going to be of you demonstrating the skill, and that's something that we think is going to be pertinent just in terms of, rather than you just responding to a question, this is going to be an opportunity for you to practice while you're working through the class assignments at home. And we also have written assignments and responses to the case examples, and those are coming straight from Leanne's expertise. She has a lot of knowledge about what parents are looking for, what parents are seeking, some of the issues that may come up with them. And these written assignments, some of the things that you're going to be answering are going to be straight from the textbook of real life, basically, right?
Right.
So I think what I'm also really excited about in terms of you guys joining the class is these assignments are, they're not just sort of out there. They're really based in a lot of the key experiences. So what is the application process? So you want to complete the application by January 6th, and that's hosted on the WooFoo application, and we've already started sending them out. You can also find that application on our website, on the SitterCycle.com website, on the FAQs page. For the newborn care specialist and certification class. We're accepting folks into the class on a rolling basis, and we're looking for you to have the requirements that Leanne mentioned earlier. There's a deposit of $100 to secure your seat in the class, and the last payments are by February 3rd, 2014. So the original pricing for the class is $495. Right now we do have a special going on for some selected nannies, and if you want more information about that, you can contact me. And then we also have a $50 referral bonus for each person. So if you refer other nannies that you think would be great candidates for the class and would be really strong newborn care specialists that could join the class, you can refer them for a $50 referral bonus towards your application as well.
Can I just say one thing about the
Go ahead.
discount?
Go ahead.
$495 for a course like this is really a great price. Mm-hmm. A newborn care specialist, as I noticed and noted earlier, they do make sometimes up to $45 an hour. So you will be able to earn that money back in no time. So it's a really great price for what you're going to get from it.
And absolutely. I think one of the things to definitely note about here in the Boston area, newborn care specialists, beyond just definitely being a great resource for parents and their newborns, being highly skilled professionals, are highly sought out. And so within, we were talking about this too earlier, Leanne, within a week or within 2 weeks, the pricing for the class already you already see that back. So this is an investment. This is not just another class, but we see this as an investment in you in terms of your skills and calling attention for parents for for the skills that you already come with, as well as those that you're going to gain out of the class. So that's very important to know.
It is. And parents who are pregnant right now aren't prepared for what they're about to, for the life that they're about to live. Yes, they've gone through the classes for being a new mom and they've gotten a crib. They just have no idea of the sleepless nights and of the questions that they're going to be faced with. And we are, a number of families that are out there that are willing to pay money for people to help them, there's just so many of them out there. And we really would love to help the families try to make a decision through all of the different care providers that are available to them on the various different websites. We need to help the parents make a decision and
give them a sign of quality. I think
right.
think that's if anything, like that's a perfect point. And when we're talking about Boston, parents have many options, and it's helping parents have limited time. You have limited time. So we see this class as an investment towards the skills that you have, building on those skills, and it making you different, and basically giving you a sign of quality that differentiates you from the other options that are out there.
We want to put you on the top of the pile.
Excellent.
Or in the short stack.
Yes.
So families have less to whittle through. They're going to pick you. They're going to see you have a certification. They know what that means. They're instantly excited. They're going to call you, and you're going to make that money back in no time.
Absolutely. So there are important dates to keep in mind. January 6th is our application deadline, and that is our priority deadline because by January 13th, you will have online access to the class. We'll encourage you to start looking through the classes, going through the modules, asking questions, introducing yourselves. January 20th is when the class officially begins, so if you haven't had time to actually fully start, we're giving you a little bit of some breathing time so that we make sure that you're prepared for that January 26th, the first in-person class here in Boston, where you get to ask Leanne all of the questions that you may have had over the course of taking the modules yourself. February 2nd is a second in-person class, and we'll talk about a whole range of issues. We will, she'll demonstrate the many multiple methods to approach any care situation while you're a newborn care specialist, and that is so important. And one thing I'm very proud about with this class is how much we treasure the students that we are going to have. We want you to have both the class time as well as the in-person time so that you feel very confident. Again, that's a very big thing as a newborn care specialist, to be able to walk in day one, have the skills, and then also have the soft skills to be able to talk with parents. February 9th through the 16th is our final exit interview, and that is a one-on-one interview with Leanne where you get to ask questions, go over your own resume, and just make sure that you're getting the one-on-one time to make sure that you're ready to go out in the world no matter where you're coming from in your situation. And then by February 16th, you will receive your certification letter saying that you are a newborn care specialist. The classes will be held at the Mass Challenge office on the 14th floor of 1 Marina Park Drive, Boston, Massachusetts, 02210. And this, I'm really excited to have it here in the office. It's a beautiful office space. So we're looking forward to having our nannies become newborn care specialists right here in our office.
And that's T accessible as well as parking lots that are in the area?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. So this is T accessible. This is right off the Silver Line, and the closest stations are Courthouse and also South Station. So that's right off the Red Line, and it's very accessible. It's a great point. Thank you so much, Leanne. So let's do a quick check for understanding. So this is a teaching method that comes right out of my classroom experience, and where we just ask you a couple questions and to see, if you've been paying attention, because we know we gave you a lot of information, but we want to make sure you leave with some of the most pertinent and to get you ready to become a newborn care specialist. So what is a book that we suggest you read before the beginning of class? Can anyone think of the books that we asked you to read, whether it's on your Kindle or you go to the library and pick those up?
Are they answering on the chat section?
Yeah, they can answer in the chat section, or they can actually answer, just even thinking back, right? I'm sure you jotted some of those down. So, great. If you said, we named a couple, definitely, I have this on my Kindle right now. If you have The Happiest Baby on the Block, Harvey Karp is an absolute must. We do talk about the 5 S's in the class, so you do want to be familiar with The Happiest Baby on the Block. And then also Empowered Preemie Moms. This is something that we do talk about within the class, and that you'll have, if you start reading this story, if you start reading this very helpful book, have automatic access to, and you'll have a context, right? And then we have also more listed in our FAQ section for the course on the SitterCycle website. What are 3 things that you'll learn in this course? There are many things that we went over, but what are some of those 3 things that we mentioned? Excellent. So if you said proper diapering skills, developing a baby schedule, preparing a baby checklist, huge skill. Methods and philosophies, the different methods and philosophies, because We want to make sure that you are familiar, because the parents that you may be working with will have, many in their own, trajectory, and they may be asking for your opinion about which is the best course of action for their newborn. The special needs infant care, baby communication, looking for signs of possible illness, professionalism, and the job hunt is so important. And what are the traits of a newborn care specialist? We talked about some of those, and Leanne did a great job. So, Leanne, you want to finish this out on this one?
Sure. You will be an expert in all aspects of newborn care. You're providing support and guidance to parents. And, that I do want to point out is incredibly important as a newborn care specialist. We're not doctors. We're not nurses. We are a newborn care specialist, and parents are going to be looking to you as someone that has cared for more infants than they have. And they just need support. They need guidance. They need confidence. And that's what you're really going to be learning in this course. You're going to be able to interpret babies' needs and common ailments, and you're going to really help parents transition into this new role. You're going to help parents help the siblings transition to this new role. However, you might not ever see the siblings because you're generally there in the night and the other children are sleeping. But it is important, and we will go over this, it's important that you would mention to the parents, can you let the 5-year-old know that I'm here so they don't suddenly walk into the room and see this strange person there? But we can talk about that as we go on.
Absolutely, absolutely. So here are the next steps. Apply early. The applications should take about 1 hour or less. If you want any more information about the class, we have that provided in our FAQ section. Also throughout the week, we will be tweeting out some great facts from our newborn care specialist class. And that will give you a head start. So if you're looking into this profession and you're interested and you want to gain some really helpful tidbits, we'll be tweeting that out. And, just grains and knowledge, kernels of wisdom right from Leanne. And then if you have any questions, no questions too big or too small, go ahead and reach out to me. I'm Helen Adioson. You can email me at helen@SitterCycle.com, and I'd love to answer your questions. A couple of you have even reached out to me on Facebook. I'd love to answer your questions and, help clarify anything. Maybe you're wondering right now, is this the class that's right for me right now? Am I ready to take this on? And we can also put you in touch with Leanne as well. So we also have a sponsor letter. We've had quite a few nannies reach out to us about the class. And as Leanne explained, it's a great investment in your future. If you're currently working with a family who may be expecting, or you're working for a family who's interested in sponsoring you, I do have a sponsorship letter that you can download and use as your own to explain to your nanny family, your mom boss, your dad boss, about what the class entails and how this is going to help your nanny family. So if you have any questions, again, just reach out to me, helen@SitterCycle.com. So our next steps, so we gave you next steps, so our next steps are to respond to you immediately after your application is complete. We have a link to the application on our website. As soon as you click on to our newborn care specialist class and link, you can go ahead and apply right from there. And we'll also post suggested readings and blogs we love on our FAQ. So if you're looking for any helpful information, whether it's on our Twitter feed or our Facebook page, we'll be providing all kinds of information and helpful tidbits about the newborn care specialist class and why you should become part of our class. So we want to thank you so much for joining us. I'm Helen Adioson, the founder and CEO of SitterCycle.
And I'm Leanne Keaty, the founder and CEO of the Newborn Training and Certification Association.
And we loved having you. If you have any questions, reach out to us. And we look forward to seeing you in the class. Bye.
Bye-bye.